Why is it that two people can start with the exact same amount of money, the exact same idea, and the exact same market conditions, yet one builds an empire and the other goes bankrupt in 6 months? We are taught to believe that business success is about strategy or capital or luck. But if you look closely at the titans of industry, from Ford to Musk to the small business owner in your town, you realize the difference isn't in their pockets, it's in their programming. Most of us are raised with an employee operating system. We are trained to follow instructions, avoid risk, and trade time for money. To succeed as an entrepreneur, you have to uninstall that system and replace it entirely. In the next few minutes, we are going to break down the 5 specific mental shifts you must make to think like a businessman. If you don't make these shifts, no amount of hard work will save you. The first shift is the most painful. It is decoupling your time from your money. The employee mindset asks, how much do I get paid per hour? The entrepreneur mindset asks, how much value can I create, regardless of the time it takes? When you start a business, you might work 80 hours a week for $0. The employee mind calls this slavery or a bad deal. The entrepreneur mind calls this investment. You have to be willing to work for free, sometimes for a long time, to build a system that pays you while you sleep. You are moving from being a hunter who kills to eat today to a farmer who plants today to eat for a lifetime. If you need immediate reward for every hour of effort, stay an employee. Entrepreneurship is the art of delayed gratification. In school, we are taught that F stands for failure, and failure is bad. It means you didn't study. It means you are not smart. In business, this mindset is fatal. For the entrepreneur, failure is not an emotional event. It is simply data. When a marketing campaign fails or a product doesn't sell, the amateur says, "I am a failure." The entrepreneur says, "That didn't work." Why? What did the market tell me? You must detach your ego from the result. You are a scientist testing a hypothesis. If the experiment fails, you don't quit science. You adjust the variables and run the test again. The only true failure is quitting before you find the answer. The most common excuse for not starting is, "I don't have the money, I don't have the connections, or I don't have the tech." This is the resource trap. You think you need resources to succeed, but the entrepreneur knows that resourcefulness is the ultimate resource. As Theodore Roosevelt famously said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." If you don't have money, you use sweat. If you don't have sweat, you use creativity. If you don't have creativity, you use charisma to get partners. The businessman does not wait for the perfect conditions. They look at what is in front of them right now and they ask, how can I turn this into that? They are alchemists. Look around you. Everything you see, your phone, your chair, this video, was created by a producer. Most of the world consumes. A tiny percentage produces. To win at business, you must become obsessed with production. When you scroll social media, don't just laugh at the video. Analyze it. Ask, why did this go viral? How is he monetizing this? What is the funnel? Stop being a passive observer of the world. Start looking at the world as a market. Where are the problems? Where are the inefficiencies? Where are people complaining? Consumers see problems and complain. Entrepreneurs see problems and see profit. Finally, the shift that holds it all together: extreme ownership. As an employee, if something goes wrong, you can blame the boss, the economy, the marketing department, or the software. As an entrepreneur, it is always your fault. If the economy crashes, it's your fault for not hedging. If the employee steals, it's your fault for hiring them. If the product fails, it's your fault for building it. This sounds heavy, but it is actually freedom, because if it's your fault, that means you have the power to fix it. Business is not a job. It is a mirror that reflects your internal state. If you are disciplined, resilient, and resourceful, your business will flourish. Uninstall the employee OS. Reboot your mind. The market is waiting for you. Which of these 5 shifts is the hardest for you? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more insights on building the mindset of success. Thank you for watching.